My name is Jules Holland, and I'm a double major in environmental studies and political science. And I wrote my thesis on affordable housing. Affordable housing is a pressing global issue as the demand for quality, low-cost housing continues to outpace supply. This challenge is further exacerbated by the need for sustainable housing development that addresses environmental, social, and economic concerns. The escalating cost of affordable housing construction is a significant barrier, with high prices of building materials, scarcity of local green products, and limited government incentives contributing to the problem. Developers and policymakers are grappling with how to integrate sustainable features into affordable housing projects without significantly increasing costs, which can further price out low-income households. Affordable housing and homelessness, specifically in the Bay Area, there are a lot of crises, high housing costs, which are outpacing the income growth, lack of new housing, shortage of affordable rental units. This has a big impact on Bay Area residents with a cost burden for renters and homeowners, displacement and gentrification, long commutes and transportation challenges. There are many drivers of this crisis, specifically the job growth outpacing housing supply, as well as restrictive zoning and development policies, insufficient funding for affordable housing, and then most importantly, NIMBY, which stands for Not in My Backyard. There are many consequences of inaction, such as continued displacement and homelessness, negative impacts on health, education, and the economy, and a threat to diversity and inclusiveness. So these are some of the common objections. Some of them you might have heard of: overcrowding, gentrification, not in my backyard, property values, crime and safety, funding and tax concerns. So 3 research questions drove my thesis. You can read them here, but basically what the key benefits and challenges of using modular construction, which I'll get into in a second, in the context of affordable housing construction in the United States, and how that performs in terms of environmental, economic, and social matters. And then what the main barriers and challenges hindering the widespread adoption of prefab and modular construction in specifically the United States. So to get a little bit more into what prefab and conventional construction looks like. So construction process so modular homes are built in a controlled factory setting in modules, while conventional homes are built entirely on site. There are many different building codes, so modular homes must meet the same building codes as site-built homes, but then prefab structures follow different HUD codes. Transportation, so once the modular construction is completed, it is transported to the site and assembled, and then conventional homes are completed on site. And we'll get into this more, but the construction time, material waste, customization, those are all things that greatly differ between prefab and conventional. Here's a little graph about the difference. So before we get into this, sustainable, affordable housing is crucial for promoting long-term economic development, urban livability, and intergenerational equity. However, the integration of affordability and environmental sustainability in housing development remains a very complex challenge, with market, professional, societal, and technological barriers hindering progress. Addressing these challenges through new approaches and cross-sector collaboration will be essential for ensuring access to quality, sustainable, and affordable housing for all. So to explore the broader themes of my thesis, my paper dove into a specific case study developed by Charities Housing, which is Page Street Studios. By focusing on this particular example, the paper provides an in-depth and insightful analysis, allowing for a deep understanding of all relevant issues. Page Street comprises of 82 units and is situated in the West San Carlos urban village. The development offers many amenities such as bicycle storage, laundry facilities, a community room, and multiple outdoor terraces. So this case study explores the potential sustainability impacts of different construction models and includes a comparative analysis had Page Street Studios been built using prefabricated modular housing techniques. So my methods, I use semi-structured interviews to allow open-ended dialogue and to really explore the perspectives, experiences, and decision-making process behind all of these key people in the decision and development process. So I interviewed architects and engineers, project developers, as well as modular housing industry experts. So briefly, some of my results. This table on the left is a comparison table showcasing the sustainability and affordability aspects of modular prefabricated housing in contrast to the traditional construction methods, which focuses a lot on cost and time factors. And then on the right, this came from McKinsey & Co. But this was a comparison of productivity trends, so manufacturing versus construction. And you can see that manufacturing right here on the right. Some more results, a comparison of the waste production between conventional and modular construction methods. With modular, there's a 50% less waste produced than conventional, which was an extreme finding from this thesis because that really impacts the environmental impact that modular has on the climate. So for cost effectiveness, while modular housing does have very high upfront costs, the reduced timeline and reduced waste does lead to significant cost savings. And social considerations, by providing high quality, affordable housing in a shorter time frame, this allows more people to live in a healthy and safe place. And there are many different implications for affordable housing. So ultimately, this led to the question of why is modular housing not a widespreadly adopted? And some challenges are the lack of familiarity and confidence among contractors and developers, as well as supply chain and capacity constraints in the modular housing industry. Through some of my interviews, I realized that a lot of the people who wanted to use modular couldn't get in the queue because there was such a high demand. There are a lot of higher upfront costs, like I mentioned, and a need for early decision making, which a lot of contractors don't want. And I guess most importantly, and the hardest to address, is the social acceptance and community resistance in some areas of modular. Some strategies to promote adoption, which is investing in education and training programs, providing financial incentives and policy support, encouraging partnerships between affordable housing developers and local governments, engaging with communities, and researching and developing to help advance modular technologies and reduce costs. And then some further research and practical applications. Something that would be helpful is quantifying the life cycle cost savings and environmental benefits of modular housing compared to traditional construction methods, developing new materials and fabrication techniques to improve the energy efficiency and sustainability of modular homes, and exploring the potential for modular housing to support other sustainable development goals, such as urban, infill, and transit-oriented developments. Thank you.